So I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Right now I'm recording this at 4 p.m. on Monday, and I've been racking my brain for the past hour trying to figure out what to say. Like, I've been sitting here legit in front of my computer screen thinking, what could I possibly say? Like, what am I going to do? Like, I've got plans for ways to celebrate this thing, but what am I going to say to people? And I mean, all I can really say is I'm just mind boggled. So over the weekend, the channel reached the milestone of 200,000 subscribers, which is just unreal. And the reason why it's unreal to me is because, like, I always say this, and a lot of people say it. It's almost become a cliche, like, I never thought I'd get here type thing, but I really didn't. Like, and I mean this very sincerely. Back in August of last year, it wasn't even that long ago. We celebrated 100,000 subscribers, which is a big deal because less than 1% of YouTube channels actually hit that, or we get less than 1% of YouTube accounts, I believe, ever hit that. So I got the silver play button. I was really happy, and it's a cool feeling. I mean, it really is that so many people care enough about what you have to say or what you have to report, and they know you're legitimate, that they are willing to punch that subscribe button. It means so much to me, I couldn't even begin to tell you. But a lot of people were saying then, they were like, oh, well, 200K is next, and here we are. And I thought it would take longer. I really thought that, getting to 200,000 would be even harder than 100,000. But the thing about YouTube that I heard when I first started is that there is a snowball effect. If you keep cranking stuff out and people continue to like it, which I'm very blessed and very humbled that people do still like it. It means a lot to me, and that I'm blessed that people always come back for more, because I've got a lot of projects planned for this channel that are going to overtake me in the next few years. Like, this is something that I'm down to do for a very long time. And my whole thing about this, and I've talked about this before, if you are a long-time subscriber to me, you heard me say something similar to this before, but my whole thing is that I came into this YouTube thing back 2 years ago. The big thing about this is I hit 200K in under 2 years, which, again, is incredible. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but 2 years ago, I started doing this because I wanted to report on Resurrection F, and because I wanted to, really put out some different content. Like, I originally wasn't even planning on doing this as much as I'm doing it now. Like, I do this pretty much every day now. I upload pretty much every day. Maybe I'll take a couple days off here and there. But if I do, I always upload 2 videos on the weekend, sometimes 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. It just depends. But anyways, I don't want to drag this on too much. What I was trying to tell you was I came in here because prior to me coming onto YouTube, I actually really did not like Dragon Ball YouTubing. Like, people who were on here, not everybody, I'm talking about before, like in 2010, 2011, a lot of the Dragon Ball YouTubers from that era, 2012, I did not like. I felt like a lot of them were very, very casual Dragon Ball fans. Most of them had only seen it dubbed. They never saw Kai, never read the manga, and never saw it in Japanese. Now, if you are a casual Dragon Ball fan, there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't, and I mean that very sincerely. But I feel like if you're a content creator, I feel like if you are a person with a voice, I think you have a responsibility to either do one of two things to your audience. Number one, entertain the hell out of them, be really funny. Or number two, know what the hell you're talking about. And that's not just about Dragon Ball. We're talking about everything. We're talking about if you cover movies, if you cover sports. Like, if I'm listening to a guy talk about NFL and he's rattling off all these stats and he seems like he knows what he's talking about, I'm going to trust him a little bit more than somebody who really doesn't know. So my thing was, I noticed there was too much of that going around. And there was also a lot of misinformation. A lot of the misinformation in the fandom had pretty much been around for years. It wasn't the YouTubers' fault. A lot of them weren't aware of Kanzenshu, much less went on the message board. So it wasn't their fault. I'm not blaming anybody. But when I came onto YouTube, my main goal was to be very different. I know a lot of people back then were doing, like, discussions with gameplay footage in the background. It kind of became a little joke. There's nothing wrong with that. I just, I tease, but I noticed there was too much of the same thing. And I thought, okay, if I come in here and I start doing this, I want to be a little bit different. I want to speak differently. I want to edit differently. And I'm not the best editor in history, but, I want to bring something new to the table. And I feel like I'm so happy and I'm so proud of what we've done here at Geekdom 101. And I say we because Geekdom 101 is not just my channel. It's also really an amalgam of different people who are involved in the Geekdom 101 process. I share this channel with people like MJ, who's edited some of my videos from Geek List. Also, Sean has done so many thumbnails for me. Plus, every single person who I collaborate with, from Kaioshin Kurt to Rhyme Style to Quamman, and anybody who's been here before, I share this with everybody. I do a lot of collaborations with a lot of smaller channels because these people who I collaborate with, I feel they bring something to the table. They're very intelligent. They're good people. And I've made a few mistakes. I'm not going to lie. I have done collaborations. I've done actually 3 collaborations that I regret, which I'm not going to name here. Those of you who know me know what I'm talking about. But most of them have been really, really, really positive and have been great experiences, and I'm very, very happy about it. And I'm also happy that I feel like the Dragon Ball fandom now, who at least the ones who have watched my videos, have kind of opened their horizons a bit. Like I know that people have started to kind of appreciate some of the deeper aspects of the series, not just by watching it in Japanese, but I would say my core base of subscribers, like I have 200,000 now, which I'm very happy about, but really I would say probably about 50 to 75,000 are like the real hardcore Dragon Ball fans. I think the other ones are a little bit more casual. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it just seems that way based on the certain kind of videos that I do. And I think the really hardcore ones, like the ones that really engulf all this stuff, I think have loved Dragon Ball more. And if I have done anything to make you love the series more, despite all its flaws, and it's got issues, it's not even a secret, then I think that my job has been accomplished. And that's kind of what I want to do here on the channel, is entertain and educate. But I'm so humbled to be here, and I just look back at when I first started doing this YouTube thing, and I thought, like, damn, like, I was looking at my old videos, and I mean my really old videos about, the Resurrection F News, how there were people in that chat or in the comment section who didn't even know who I was, man. Like, I didn't, people, now everybody knows who I am, and it's weird to me. Like, I'm not used to it. Like, in the Dragon Ball fandom, specifically, the Star Wars fandom is now starting to get to know me, but the Dragon Ball fandom pretty much knows who I am, for better or for worse. You know what I'm saying? Some people love it, some people don't like me very much, and that's fine. Not everyone's gonna like you, and if you're out there trying to grow your YouTube channel and you want to get to 100,000, 200,000 or higher, not everyone's going to like you, dude. And it's fine as long as people know. You can hate anything about my voice, my content, the fact that I ramble like I'm doing right now. It's fine. It's cool. I swear to God, it's cool. But understand that you just have to remember, no matter what, like, my goal is to not bullshit you. And that was my whole thing from day one, and I haven't bullshitted anybody from day one. My thing is this: you can come on YouTube, and there are other channels that I've seen that have blown up faster than I have, bigger than I have, and I don't care. I do not care. One thing about me that anybody who really knows me will tell you is I'm probably the most non-jealous person in history. If you ever hear somebody say I'm jealous, it's probably because they either are stupid or they're trying to defend something. I am so happy when other people I work with, like AJ, for example, like Amber, when they come on my video and they get subscribers and they grow. I'm so happy when people like Afro end up paying off a car, or people like Dino pays off their student loans. You don't understand how happy I am, because I care about these people. I want people to get big. I want people to be successful in their business. I want them to do sponsorships. I want channels to grow. I am not afraid of competition at all with anybody, because the thing about me that I've learned in life, and the reason why I'm not jealous of anybody, I never will be, is because I know that hard work and dedication will get you what you want. And no matter what, in 5 to 10 years, right? Maybe not 10 years, but let's say in 5 years or whatever, when I'm finished with freaking YouTube, or when I move on, or I might not ever be finished. I love it too much. But let's just say that something happens to me. People are going to remember me as being someone who didn't bullshit them, who entertained them for at least a couple minutes out of their day, and that means more to me than anything. I could have come on here and done gimmicks with, clickbait. I could have done all that shit. And if you notice, if you really pay attention, a lot of the clickbait channels wind up dying after a few months because people catch on to the bullshit. So I could have just as easily been very cheap and done shit for cheap views and done million view videos videos off the hop, like, you know what I mean? But I didn't do it. I stuck to my method, my techniques, my content that I think people will like, and it's worked out for me. So I always want to be remembered as the credible guy. It's not even about having the best voice or the coolest thumbnails or any of that shit. I want to be remembered as being the guy who never bullshitted people and who knew what the fuck he was talking about. I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that's going to sit here and tell you that I know everything about Dragon Ball, because I learn new stuff every single week, every single month. I always learn something new, because I always like to expand my knowledge and expand my horizons, but at least know that when I say something, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and that's the reputation that I want to have. That's the legacy that I want, right? That's what I want people to remember me as that guy, the guy who never bullshitted them from day one and who never will. So, again, you're here, you're watching this because you obviously care about my thoughts. Thank you for that. It really means a lot to me. Trust me, it really does, because if it wasn't for all of you out there, I would not be in the place where I'm at right now, where I'm genuinely freaking happy. Like, I am genuinely really happy right now, dude. Like, my life is so happy. I haven't really been this happy. Real shit. This is some deep shit about me that I almost never talk about. Like, this is the happiest point that I've been in a very, very long time. And I'm a genuinely happy guy, but I mean, this degree of happiness is just... it's crazy, and I really am thankful to everybody who checked me out and who believes in the message. If you believe in what I'm trying to do here, if you believe in what I stand for, that's the most important thing. So, again, I'm so happy and so thankful to have achieved this milestone, and it's crazy because I remember a long time ago I read that if you hit 250K, that you are considered a big YouTuber from YouTube. Like, actually, Google does not consider you a big YouTuber until 250K, which to me, I'm right around the corner from that now. We're probably going to hit that this year, and I'm blessed and shocked because I never thought it would happen. But it's one of those things where, like, it's crazy. And those of you out there who are doing YouTube, who want to get here, you know, my thing, I might do a separate video on this, but my thing is, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it, because that's bullshit. And most importantly, don't let anybody deter you from your dream. Be smart about it. You know, if you have to, like, you know, obviously don't do something dumb like quit your job to do YouTube. Don't do that yet. You know, obviously you have to be smart about your money and things like that. But if you want to, you know, become a content creator full-time, and even if you don't monetize, even if you do it for the art, whatever your reason is, don't let anybody tell you can't do it. And if you have to make adjustments on certain things and change certain things, don't be afraid to try it, because the beautiful thing about YouTube is YouTube does give you an opportunity to try different things out. There's really a limitless scope to what you can do here. So thank you again. Never give up. And I know it seems very cliche. I don't want to sound like that fucking cliche guy who wears the John Cena Fruity Pebbles t-shirts here, but it's true. You just can't give up. It took me years to do this, to get this business going. It took me years. Yo, I started this in 2008 talking about pro wrestling, and here we are in 2018, 10 years, and here we are. And it's just so blessed, and just never be afraid to work hard. And I'm so thankful for the audience I have, all of you guys, and I'm so thankful for all the great friendships I've been able to cultivate doing this from everybody, whether it's Quaman and Quinn, whether it be Juan, Black and Fist, Amber, Masako X from Team 4-Star, everybody who I've been able to cultivate as a friend, Jake, Herms, Anime Live Reactions, just everybody who I've been able to talk to and who have actually been there for me, including Super Jayan, who's one of the most controversial figures nowadays. I mean, Jay can be out of control, but you have to understand that I will have loyalty to Jay, because even though he can be crazy sometimes, he was there for me at one point in my life where I needed him really, really badly. And that is a brotherhood that just can't be broken, no matter how crazy the motherfucker is, all right? He might be trolling people on Twitter, and I don't really condone that, but he's been genuine with me, and the same thing goes for other people like Kendamu and of course, Miss DBZ, babe. And there's just so many people who I talk to who are there for me when I need them, and I hope to be there for them. I don't think I've ever not been there for them. Real to Real and Dimsy and all these people, like, Josh, Dragon Ball Nation, Laughing Stock Media. They have been there for me when I've been emotional, I've been letting out my stress, when I've been angry, when I've been sad, when I've been happy, and it really means a lot to me. So anyways, as we close out of this fucking long-ass video that I didn't want to be that long, but whatever, I ramble sometimes, it's a curse, it's a gift and a curse, I will end this with a little montage of all the art that I've gotten on Twitter from the 200K announcement, even before that. So many people were doing, custom art for me. They were modifying pictures for me, and it means so much to me. They were photoshopping stuff. And as we head out here, the music you'll be hearing in the background is from a gentleman by the name of Iker Estalayo. If I screwed your name up, bro, I apologize. I will link to his YouTube channel down below. He has a piano version of Dragon Ball music, and he's really good because he does this really, really fast. You will be hearing his music here momentarily. I'll link to his channel. Thank you so very much, guys. As always, humbly, I care about all you guys, and I didn't mention Hail Zeon earlier, but he's definitely in there, and I will end it with a Hail Zeon tribute here before we go to our little montage. Geekdom out.